Hi everyone, my name is Ludmia, aka Mia, and welcome to my channel, Heart Mind Equation. So, this is part 3 of my Learning Self Love podcast series. In the last part 2 of my series, I've listed to you how we could apply the 10 relational needs to ourselves to improve our self love. Now we need to address the concept of personal significance. Need to admit that one thing I was struggling with for a long time now was getting my self-worth validations from myself instead of other people. Indeed, lack of self-love often starts with low self-esteem related to a low self-worth, the self-worth that is perceived. I purposely use the word perceived because most of the time we tend to base our worth on the sense of significance we get from other people. Just like myself, in the beginning of my marriage, I've only started to believe I was worthy of love when my husband was showing me affection, attention, and encouragement. That was the only ways I validated how significant that I was to him. But the problem was that I was not feeling significant enough or worthy enough to myself. So I was trying to find it in him and in other people as well. That's why I was a people pleaser, we can say, putting everyone's needs and wishes above my own to become significant to them. Although we have to agree that from a person to another, this idea of significance changes. So I was running in circle, chasing my own tail, trying to feel significant to other people. Well, the thing is that when we feel significant only through the eyes of the other people, we get to lose our sense of identity as well. Why? Simply because the other people perceive us through their own guidelines or on what they think they know about us that sometimes have nothing to do with us. It's not what they know that's a problem, it's what they think they know that isn't so. Well, one writer once quoted, I quote, "I'm not who I think I am. I am not who you think I am. I am who I think you think I am." Meaning that at times we end up behaving a way that matches the way the other person sees us. So we tend to live in a perception of ourselves. So one way to increase our self-love is to increase our self-esteem by being significant to ourselves. By feeling significant, we mean feeling important to ourselves, to give ourselves a sense of value. And now I'm beginning to talk to myself in a positive way instead of letting myself talk to me in a negative way. No more critical comments now about myself. Because we have to admit that, when we beat ourselves up, it only delays our self-acceptance. So, in my improving self love journey, we can say, the first thing I've decided to do is to accept myself, to be able to forgive myself. So to be able to accept ourselves, we need to have a sense of identity. We need to know who we are and also where we are in our life at the present time, to know where we want to go or who we want to be. We need to find our passions, our make projects, and establish a few goals at least. So there's three concepts to consider for self-acceptance. There's self-identity, self-forgiveness, and self-direction. At the same time, when I say not to be critical towards yourself, I don't mean to start blaming other people for every unfortunate situation we encounter, because self-responsibility is also a way to improve our self-esteem. Meaning that, like for me, I acknowledge the mistakes I did in the past and move forward by learning the lesson they had to teach me and take better decision in a similar situation, if ever similar situations occur. So when you know better, you do better. It doesn't help anyone. It doesn't help for us to be acting like a victim of people or victim of situation. That's only being reactive. We need to be able to recognize where our actions or our behaviors, we can say, has influenced the situation we've encountered. We need to move from being reactive to being proactive. And not only with the bad situation, I mean, with the good ones as well. So we have to remind ourselves as well of all the times that we were proud of ourselves. Not in a cocky way, arrogant or narcissistic way, no. Simply that we approve of who we are. We can even hold a gratitude journal, I was saying in last podcast. The gratitude journal where we can note 1, 2, 3 things that we're grateful for each day and read all of those things to us at the end of the week. Indeed, gratitude is key to increase our appreciation of life, making it easier to appreciate ourselves, improving our self-esteem, and therefore our self-worth. Today, what I'm more grateful for is my daughter, who is 16 years old now. She's a single child. Now that she has only me as a parent, it's even more important, I should say, for me to improve my self-love. So that way she can get the best of me and not the rest of me. Now I'm learning to be more assertive. No more shyness now to express what I really believe in, even if it contradicts the majority. It is Eleanor Roosevelt. She's wife of a former president of the United States during the Second World War. She said once that no one can make you feel inferior without your permission. It is sad to see that when someone with a low self-esteem meets someone who is confident, the person with the low self-esteem calls the confident one arrogant. In fact, It's his self-perception that is intimidated by the other one's confidence. So, in conclusion, I realized that another way to increase our self esteem is with the practice of personal integrity, meaning staying true to ourselves and remaining authentic. So, we can summarize 6 concepts for improving our self love. So, it is the practice of self awareness, self acceptance, self responsibility, self approval, self assertiveness, and personal integrity. So, if my podcast resonates with you, give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment below, or you can even share with someone. Stay tuned and get notifications for the last part of my Learning Self-Love podcast series. And until then, this is Mia, and thank you for tuning into my channel, Heart Mind Equation, to unlock hidden potentials.